Appliance in Toledo, Ohio. Welcome back to another in-home diagnostic video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. Okay, so what we've diagnosed on this unit is that the door lock assembly has to be replaced. It's a door lock assembly and the wiring harness back to the control board. So what we're going to do is remove the top panel again. We've got 2 screws here on the sides. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and lift up on the top. Slide it out just a little bit, set it down. We're going to disconnect the 2 wiring harnesses in the back here. And then we've got a ground screw. It's a 1/4 inch screw on there that you have to remove. Okay, once you have that disconnected, you can remove your glass top here. Be very careful with this. Okay, now we're going to remove this cover piece here. That's going to give us access to our lock. Alright, now we got the 2 screws here in the front that mount the lock. Take this plate off. The lock just slides right out, just like that. Alright, so we moved our old lock just out of the way here. We got our new lock with the wiring harness assembly. Go ahead and set that up in place. We're just going to mount up our new lock and then run our wiring harness through. Go ahead and put the latch through the front there. Put your cover plate back on. Okay, what we're going to do first here, trace your wiring back. You got this harness here that goes to your light switch. So we're going to go ahead and remove that. Connect that up. And we've got these other harnesses here that we're going to have to run back. This one's going to clip in up front here, and the other 2 are going to run through the panel. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and pull the unit out. Just want to be careful with the countertops, check your flooring. You know, if you got a soft floor or anything, you want to put some glides down. Usually the ovens have plastic feet on them, but still you just want to be careful when you're pulling them out. Usually I just open the door like this, grab it from the bottom, and sort of lift up as I'm pulling out. You're working on a gas oven, you know, just pull it out a little bit and get a look at the gas line. This is an electric oven here, so we just want to make sure the cord's long enough. You don't want to overstretch the cord. Okay, we're going to go ahead and remove the back panel here. This other cover panel just to get us access to all of our wiring that we're going to have to run up. Alright, so we got all our wiring that's coming through right here. This is all what we're going to have to disconnect. So we got the one harness right here. I'll remove that. and we're just going to follow our wires up to the control board here. And we got one harness right here and one right here. Pull those down through. And the other harness we have is just going to the oven temperature sensor. We're going to disconnect that. And there's a little snap on here. Take a pair of needle nose and pop it off. The harness comes with a new one of these. So if you break it, it's fine. And just going to go ahead and push all these wires up and through. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just pull all our wiring through here. And remove our old lock. And we're going to go ahead and fish new wiring through. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and reconnect this harness here. We've got our oven temperature sensor wire. We're going to snap into the back panel of the oven and hook the oven temperature sensor in. And while we're down here, we're going to go ahead and put the ground wire back through. It's just kind of tangled up in the rest of the wiring. Okay, so we're going to take our other two connectors here, put them back up inside the restraint, clip the restraint up. Alright, just do a quick double check of all your connections, make sure they're all tight. Nothing loose back here, you didn't pull any other wires loose. Go ahead and put the covers back on. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and push it in and work from the front for the rest of the repair. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and put the oven back in place here. Just be careful of the countertops or whatever you're working around. Alright, just double check all your connections at the lock. Make sure nothing got jiggled loose during shipping or anything like that. Make sure your ground wires through the back cabinet there. That's going to go on the top panel. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put our cover panel back on here. Put one in loose, that way you can kind of move it around a little bit still and make sure all the rest of your holes are going to line up. Alright, so we got our glass top. Just going to go ahead and rest it on here. Just like that. We've got our ground screw that needs to go in. Just kind of have to do it by feel. The other option, if you have a hard time doing this, would be actually going in the back and disconnecting the ground wire from the back. That way you can leave it attached to this top panel here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and reconnect our two harnesses here. Make sure they're locked in good. Alright, and then we're just going to grab the top panel. Sort of lifts up underneath and drops into the two hinges there. Set it back down. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just put our two screws in on the top panel here. Like that. And we just flip the breaker back on. So we're going to go ahead and set the clock. So to set the clock, just hit the clock button there. And then the start button. We're going to go ahead and just put this into a bake. Make sure the unit's operating properly before we are getting the lock light when it would come up to temperature. So we're just going to preheat it to 350 and keep an eye on it. Okay, so we've replaced the lid lock and harness assembly, and that's going to complete the repair. Thank you for watching another quality video from ApplianceVideo.com.